Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I work with a lot of individuals with attachment wounds. I work with both individuals and couples. Particularly when I'm working with couples, it's usually long-term couples. So usually a couple years, sometimes even a couple decades. And I have noticed some things about relationships, particularly those with an avoidant, where there's an avoidant in the relationship. And I've kind of noticed some signs that a relationship with an avoidant is worth saving. And actually, to be completely honest, I think this applies with all relationships and marriages, but it also applies with avoidant partners. And I think people think that with an avoidant partner, these things are different or they're adjusted. They are a little bit, but it really is about the same framework. It just is a little harder to spot if your partner is avoidant, but I'll kind of explain the details of that throughout the video. I'm going to try and make this one quick. I've been trying to make both long and short videos for, each of you guys, hopefully. But let's go ahead and jump right in. Please subscribe and let's go. So the first one is, and I would say the last one is the most important, but the first one here we're going to talk about is there's been some change, positive change from both individuals. So not just the avoidant partner, but you as well if you're not the avoidant. If you are the avoidant, it would be your partner. Some change, whether it's that you're, as the avoidant, is getting more space and the other partner is being less reactive towards some of the things that the avoidant partner may say that's triggering, whether it's the avoidant partner is being more open about things that bother them, they're being more willing to be more physically affectionate, things like that. So the first one is that both individuals have shown some positive change. The next one is that there's still love there. If you guys have some affection and care for each other, love, a lot of you guys will call it love, which is good. Some people aren't there yet, but deep connection and emotion and affection for one another, if that's still there, that's a great sign that it's worth saving, right? The third one, open communication. If an avoidant partner, so like I had mentioned, this is typically for long-term relationships because this is typically not there in the beginning of relationships with an avoidant partner. But if you're seeing that there's some open communication, especially if it's more open than it was before, this is a huge sign that the relationship is worth saving. It's worth staying, right? The fourth one is that there is mutual respect for one another. And this one is a little bit tricky to explain with an avoidant partner, so we're going to stop on this one a little bit. A lot of individuals who are avoidantly attached show respect a little bit differently than all the other attachment styles. For fearful avoidant, it's typically if you're more leaning avoidant, you're going to understand this. Avoidant individuals, let's say you're feeling emotional or you're having some sort of breakdown. An avoidant individual may almost coach you out of it or give you a solution or tell you how to fix it. Believe it or not, an avoidant is showing you they respect you because that's how they talk to themselves, right? Like if you've ever heard an avoidant tell themselves, some avoidants even say, yeah, this is what I tell myself. If they're treating you like that, you're going to take it as disrespect or that they don't care. But they're actually showing you they respect and care about you because to them, if they, told you, I don't know if they, in their mind, reinforce your emotion, they may perceive that as pity if someone did that to them. So it's a conflict between two different needs clashing, but it is important to recognize how do avoidants understand respect. And I can make a video actually expanding more of how an avoidant shows respect because it is different. Respect is huge for avoidance, by the way. But I can expand on respect in general because there are a lot of layers to respect in relationships. So I'll make a lot of videos on respect in the future. But just knowing that there's respect for both individuals. So both individuals respect each other. If you respect your partner and they respect you, this relationship is worth saving. Okay. The next one is shared values and similar goals. This is pretty typical for all relationships. You guys have to have similar values. It's really important. That doesn't mean that both of you guys want to get married. One wants to get married tomorrow. The other one wants to get married 10 years or maybe never. With an avoidant, those types of things may be challenging because that's actually where their maladaptive strategies are located. But let's remove some of the commitment portion of it. Let's say you both are active. Okay, you guys have shared values. Let's say you both like to make sure, I don't know, for the summertime you build muscle. Okay, those are similar goals as well. Does that make sense? With an avoidant partner, the shared values and goals might be in areas that are not relationship driven because that's where their wound is. So it's very important to not look at that particularly when assessing this, because that, as the avoidant partner heals, those things will change. They're going to get more intimate and more close. But regardless of that, they should still have similar values and goals that have nothing to do with the relationship. Like I had mentioned, fitness is a good example. Maybe career goals, things like that. So I hope that makes sense. And the sixth one, which I think is the most important, is you both want it to work. Avoidants are not always direct about this, but you have to understand that if the avoidant partner is still here and they're listening, they're trying, even if they're failing a little bit, they're giving some effort, they want this to work too. And I really think this is the most important, because if two people want a relationship to work, there is always hope. That's my belief, and I could be wrong. Please remember, this is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Please subscribe. I hope this made sense. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.